Kia ora team, and welcome to my Loot Roots Survivor's Guide on PS5, on my PS5 modded server, the White Cloud server. And here we are somewhere, and conveniently we are here next to a train station. And I can see what that train station says, and what that train station says is Balota. So that's good. This is not a bad place to start. You will know if you are familiar with my server that we start with a little bit more than the usual, and I'm going to start by having a little something to eat and probably a little something to drink, which will free up my inventory, but also sort out some of my immediate needs before we head on. And we'll go and we'll have a little look. I'll ditch that because I never use it. But I do realize that some people might want to use it. There's some stuff down here, so we're going to go and have a look around here and see what we can find, and we're going to sort out our priorities. And what are those priorities, you might ask? Well, food is a major priority. Water. There is water at Balota, and I have a bottle, which is fine. So that's not a problem for us. So food and water, and I could do with maybe some, not barbed wire, maybe some better gear. Probably not a welding mask or barrel. So yeah, so we're gonna want some better gear, and we're gonna want little bits and pieces of stuff. So, you know, and like a lot of things with these starting out, a lot of people don't really know, don't really understand. I mean, we'll check the train station, but I never really found much use of them. Is fruit, in particular, fruit trees. Keep it very close. Is that a gun cleaning kit? Looks like it is. It's kind of hidden in there, aren't you? Probably don't need you right now. Thank you very much. Ooh, steak knife is good. Steak knife is good. Nothing else in there, I don't think. So, yeah, fruit trees. A lot of people forget that there's an awful lot of fruit trees around, and you can get an awful lot of fruit from fruit trees. So you just need to keep an eye out on those things. Look, here we are. Here's a little sign, show you exactly where we are. There we are, down there at the bottom. Balota. Thought I heard a Z. Which is also fine. So yeah. We'll keep an eye out. We'll keep an eye out. I mean, the thing is, starting out, you wanna give Zeds really a bit of a berth for a couple of reasons. Oh, leather kit is always good. They can still do quite a bit of damage. They still do quite a bit of damage. They've been changing their damage and how they affect your clothing lately, and they had it up, and I think they brought it back down again. Don't need a wrench though. So I think it's a little bit more manageable compared to what it used to be not so long ago, but it's still not great. So they will damage your gear, and damaged gear is just not very good at all. Is that a plum? Rotten. Oh, sucker. You do not want your gear damaged, or you do not want damaged gear anyway, because damaged gear is less good for you. This is raincoat, jumpsuit pants, and a box. Don't need either of those things. Yeah, so damaged gear is tricky because if it's clothes, you don't stay as warm and dry as you once did when you had it. Oh, a gas stove. Now there's a legendary start. Oh, and a hatchet. Nice. These are not food or water, but they are very helpful. They are very helpful things for me in particular. If I can find a pot. That's not a pot. There's a burlap sack. You can make a burlap sack bag. Let's hang on to that, just in case. This is fruit. also rotten. You can't eat the speckledy fruit. Apple like this, good to eat. Apple like that, not good to eat. There's another apple which is kind of brown and dry looking. It doesn't look very appetizing, but it is very good for you. Same with plums. We start so well, senor. So we have that, and we combine that, and they take up the same amount of space, and we've got a functioning gas stove, which is legendary. All we need is a pot, which I don't even know if you can get pots down here in Balota. But yeah, if we had a pot or a frying pan, then we don't need to worry about fiddling about making fires. We can just go straight to cooking things, which is fabulous. So we're off to a pretty quizzical start. These are fruit trees out here. So we'll just keep an eye on these. See, yeah, you can eat that. You see. So this is dried. You can eat this. Perfectly good. There's another one. And we may as well. We may as well, in fact, eat it because it's all adding to our nutrition, and we're down in the yellow, which is pretty low. So, pardon me, a bit of a frog in my throat. Oh, and crackers as well. Let's eat them. So yeah, the food situation. Let's talk about food. Let's talk about a couple of things. So the first thing is, you will see now that I have eaten, I've got 3 bars above the apple. That means that it's recognizing the value of the nutrition that I've just eaten. And the way DayZ works is that the food goes into your stomach area first, and then that food gets recognized at a rate into the apple. And that's what those bars is currently indicating to you, and the apple is filling up because that stuff is adding to it. Now, there's a little bit of a thing in the system, I'm led to believe, that if you eat and you rest and don't do anything like I'm doing now, and I'm just staring at this picture of people in a canoe, nice lampshade, at these people in the canoe, then I'm achieving the maximum amount of food recognized from the stomach into the apple, and I'm increasing the apple, and you can see that it has now gone white, but the bars are still going up. If I was to eat and then instantly run around, not walk like I'm doing now, or this kind of, more accurately, it's a jog, right, that I'm doing. Even I think I'm okay with yeah, I think if you run, I don't know about running while ducking, you know, doing your kind of low profile running kind of thing, but if you run the full sprint while those 3 bars are still going up, you will not get the full benefit of the food that you have just eaten. So eating and then running around is just wasting the food that you have eaten, because you don't get the same amount of benefit. So I am led to believe. Now then, the other thing about food and these indicators is they're not proportional. So when I started, you saw it very briefly went red, which is very, very low, and then I ate and it went yellow, and I didn't eat too much more and it went white. So I've barely eaten anything and I'm already white, which is grandiose, but it has absolutely nothing to do with the total amount of sustenance that I have in my food budget, I guess you want to call it. And if you think it is, you will be sorely mistaken, because you will think that you have more food going for you than you actually do. Lots of dried apples around here, which is great. So you want to be careful about that. So I mean, I can't remember the exact numbers, and you can go and look them up. Other people have done these calculations. But the difference between sort of dead and bottom red is, you know, a couple of hundred. the difference between red and yellow. Oh, legend, a sharpening stone. This is going good. The difference between red and... There's a lamp out there. Between red and yellow, I think, is, you know, several hundreds. And the difference between yellow and being full white all the way to the top is several thousand, I think. So it's not quite logarithmic, but it's certainly a very big difference between what it was and what it is. We're already running out of space, look. Come on. Right, I need to eat some things. I really, I don't want that, but I do want that. So I need to clear up a bit of inventory space. I mean, the gas stove and the gas bottle are great, but they do initially take up some space. And if I want to make the situation any better, I'm going to need some rope, honestly. Because you can make a burlap sack bag with some sticks and some rope, I do believe. I can't remember. It has been a while since I've actually done it. I can tell you that. But I'm going to eat all this food to get it out of the way, because why not? I'm going to make the most of it. There's no point carrying it around. You know, and another person might say, well, if you carry it around and you get shot, then you're just giving whoever it is your food. Whereas if you're carrying it around and it's in your stomach, then it's in your stomach and they can't take it with you. Or they can't take it from you, I should say. Right, man. There's somebody over there, some Zed over there. Yeah, so what I was saying about dried plum, what I was saying about staying away from Zeds earlier, sorry, is I think that's a rotten pear. It looks rotten. Yeah, rotten. Is they wreck your gear, but they can also give you infections, right? So you can get an infection, and you don't want that early on because it's going to be hard to treat, if not impossible to treat, because you do not have the requisite gear. That's also rotten. Yeah, I think he just saw me. He did. So we're just gonna careful. It's that swipe in particular. That loose swipe is usually a killer when it comes to giving you a cut. So anyway, there you go. Stay away from him. Got a crowbar, but we don't need it. I mean, it's a okay melee weapon, but I really do enjoy my knife as a melee weapon. We have a shirt that we can make rags out of. We've got a motorbike helmet. Okay. Don't have any rags, but I don't have enough space yet. I kind of need gloves. So I'm going to craft this up and make some gloves. I did see that there is briefly craft improvise hand wrapping. A mag, not a million miles from me, somewhere. So anyway, we'll drop that, we'll equip that, put that in our hands. But there's a mag somewhere. Did I not see a mag? Is it around here? Where is it? Oh, there it is, sitting on the fireplace. Wow, it's a Mark II as well. It's got one in it, though. What are we going to do? We're running out of space. What are we going to do? I don't think I need that. It's taking up a lot of space. So we're going to take that, and we are going to take those. I'm going to eat this. Because, I mean, the reason I grabbed the hatchet was because if I want to make fires, the hatchet can be easier to make fires with. But we've got other priorities right now. And, you know, quite a lot of people say, early on, you got to be quite discerning about exactly what you're going to be bringing along with you, because some people just you get a little bit hoard happy and start hoarding lots and lots of bits and pieces, which is great and all, but you're just going to be soaking up an awful lot of space. So you want to prioritize the things that are really going to matter, and code locks aren't it. And I don't feel the need for motorbike helmets. I mean, I get that some people do want motorbike helmets, and look, they're really good head protection. They don't do very good for my videos, and I don't like that kind of letterbox feel that you get. Alcoholic tincture, also great because then we can put that on our fast wheel, and if we do get cut, then we've got an instant fix for it. Rotten pears, not doing so well with the pears. Oh, rotten plum too. What's up here? Any more? Any more for any more? Another rotten plum. Come on, must be some usable plums. There's one. Lots of fruit. Keep your eye out for fruit. A lot of these places, look at this. More fruit. Holy heck. Let's just keep eating. Keep eating, keep eating, keep eating. We'll get water soon. It's over there. So that's fine. Let's keep eating. It's a Z somewhere. Is it in the house? No, it's sneaking around the house. I also think I saw something up here. A good pair. Let's just check. Yeah, it looks pristine. Awesome. Oh, dried apple. Kind of a grumpy face. Gotta watch out for this set, because I thought he was walking away, but he's turned. Right, let's check out this place. Gotcha. Still kill that guy. Right, water. Let's get some water. So when you're starting out, I mean, I've already mentioned with the water side of things and the food side of things that the way that the apple and the bottle tell you that they're filling up is not actually accurate to the proportions of which you are actually full. But one of the things with water I would say is, if you are at water and you do have the time, and you don't always, but if you are at water and you do have the time, guzzle as much as you can till your stomach icon is full, as you can see, and then fill up your water bottle. And if you can't, do it more than once. I've been eating a lot, so my my stomach icon filled up pretty quickly because I've been already eating quite a bit, which is fine. I took the opportunity to grab some food, and I don't think you can blame me for that. But what I might do is, ooh, hacksaw. No, I've got not enough room. Another pair. I can't even. I have no room for any more food, which is a real shame. This burlap sack, this leather kit. I got things. This is heavy, obviously. I think we can get rid of that, and we'll take that. And we'll take a pair. Put this in our hands anyway. Yeah. So try and fill up with water as much as you can, and or food. Try and fill up with food and water as much as you can. If you get the opportunity, absolutely take the opportunity. I don't need a 9-volt battery. And if you're going to be running around, and we'll see how we go here, but if you're going to be running around a bit, eventually the stomach icon will go away, in which case you can always go back to the water and fill up again and do it again. Now, cleaver, not a cool. Prioritizing water over food. It's one of those things. So you probably want your water as full as it can be, because it, I am reliably informed, has a greater bearing on your blood refill rate and your health refill rate. So if you get cut and you lose blood, then the speed at which your blood refills is more directly governed by... Is this fog coming in again? Is more directly governed by your hydration than it is by your food. So if you have full hydration or nearly full hydration, your blood will refill faster and therefore your health will refill faster, and that is something you want to bear in mind. The food side of things, you obviously need food. Food is important, but food tends to run down faster as you're running around, so it would seem. That's kind of my experience. My experience is you need to keep your food up because it has a tendency... That looked like a good plum. In fact, it's 2 good plums. Remember that I put my knife down, okay? Don't let me forget my knife. Someone tell me before I run off, okay? Because now my stomach is gone. I can fill up on this food again. Oh, I can't. Okay, but I can grab the hunting knife. I'm going to try this little outbuilding out here. I'm not super desperately convinced that there'll be anything in it, but you never know. So it's worth trying. And after me telling you not run, there I am running. Sorry, not getting the benefit out of my food. So we'll see what's up here. Check around the back of the crates, both sides, just in case. Sometimes things spawn there. Upstairs, both sides, and right up to the top, because things do spawn up at the top sometimes. Not today though. Fine, suit yourself. Okay, so we'll head back into Balota. Yeah, so I guess my priorities are hydrate as much as you can, but you also need to make sure that you have food available to you. Why is this Zed so keen on following me? Stop following me. So we have been working on food as much as we can, and we will continue to work on food as much as we can. I need to drop that to put this actually in my hand. And keep eating like a perpetual glutton. Eat that. I've got so much food. This is the thing, knowing where to look, right? So many people run around, desperately running around looking in houses, looking for stuff to eat, which is great, but there's trees everywhere. And they spawn food so quickly, they really do. And so much of it. And down here, you know, there's lots and lots of stuff. You just have to look around for it, you know. It's around the bases of trees. If you go and spend some time looking for it. Oh, that's a leaf. I thought it was an apple. I'm like, what? It's a bit far from a tree. Because I'm finding very little else in here, in these buildings, to be honest. One bag would be good. Some crackers. Yeah, our stomach is almost perpetually full on this one. was thinking by the time I came back here, I could. Here's another one. I could get another refill of water, but not at this rate. Not at this rate. Mind you, might not need it. A lot of that food actually adds hydration anyway, you know, which is just true to life, I suppose. You know, you have plenty of food. Food adds water, moisture, etc., etc., all the rest of it. Coastal zones are not awesome for loot, and nor do we expect them to be, right? The coastal zones are not here to make our lives easier. They're here for us to get out of, essentially. Hello, sewing kit. Right. Let's quickly do a little bit of maintenance, because one of the things that was troubling me was this jacket is not in great condition. And because it's not in great condition, I'm starting to shiver and stuff. It's a raincoat, which is great. If it does actually rain, then the stuff in the raincoat will actually be preserved, and it won't get wet, which is fantastic. And I won't get as wet, and I won't get as cold, and I won't feel as bad, which is jolly good. And my trousers are fine. I'm going to feel the cold quite a bit, because I do not have a hat. I think on balance I'm going to get rid of the leather kit, because I'm going to drink this Nota-Cola. And the reason I'm getting rid of the leather kit is because the leather kit is really good for military vests and shoes. Now, I currently don't have a military vest. It's going to be a little bit of time before I get one. And my shoes are already in great condition. So, and they're less likely to be damaged by Zeds. So I honestly don't see a particularly burning need to have a leather kit. So I'm happy to dump that. I grabbed it, but I'm happy to dump it. So I'm going to just keep on eating this stuff. And I'm still clocking up my food, and I'm still clocking up my hydration. And you'll see that they're still going up. They haven't moved in ages. I've eaten a lot of fruit. Now, admittedly, fruit's not exactly fantastic in terms of the amount of stuff that it gives you, but it's not bad. So anyway, I could do with a hat, like a beanie or something. This is interesting, a big quilted jacket. Now, the quilted jacket carries more, and it's a bit warmer. It has incredibly low water resistance, though. And I would say that it would be just my luck. 22s. Well, I've got a 22 round mag. It would be just my luck to swap out my raincoat for a quilted puffer jacket, and then have it rain on me. Right, there's a few Zeds hanging out around this junction. Sounds like there's a Z in that building. So it sounds very much like there's a Z in that building. Yeah, so there's a few Zeds always kind of spawn out around here. I'll lock her out. I don't think... Now, hello. Oh. No mag, single gun. Yeah, I don't have enough space for it. I'm not really interested in it. What is that? A compass. Nice. That will help. Very definitely help. Yeah, we're going to head up here a little bit, because there are some buildings up here, and we want to go and have a look at these buildings. There are also some Zeds up here. Probably just want to be a little bit careful. Don't want to get overwhelmed by Zeds. One or two, doable. They get noisy and call in some friends. You got 3 or 4. Yeah, okay. You're probably going to get whacked. You're going to get knocked out. You're going to get bleeding. It's going to be problematic. And, you know, it's just things that you have to deal with unnecessarily at the beginning. So, like I said, just discretion is the better part of valor on this one. Until you get sorted. That looks like something that I don't need right now. Nothing really in here. Anything in the greenhouses? No. Alright, let's check this outhouse. No, a wire. Check the houses that are up in the air. Oh man, more food. That my apple is full, and I haven't had my apple full for a beginning like this in a long time. Yeah, man, guzzle, 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 and I tell you, guzzle some more. So let's get rid of that. Let's eat that. Like I said, even though it looks full, there's actually space. You can keep going and keep going and keep going. And the thing is with the food and water system is the closer you are to full, the faster it wears down anyway. So that's fine. Nearly full food. The water's not a problem really. I mean, it goes up with everything you eat. There's even probably more fruit out here. This is a fruit tree here too. One dry plum, pear. A little hammer. Don't need a hammer. Oh, how many of these can I carry? A few. Oh, another sharpening stone. Oh, I've got no room for it. Right, there's a little house up here. We're going to scooch on up to this little house up here. Obviously there's a Z floating around. She has a bag. She has a bag. Oh, and there's a runner here. Is he a runner or just a shambler? Oh, and there's another one here. Goodness gracious. I don't want these guys sneaking up on me, and I want to get that woman with the bag. Now, when you want to get a Z who has something about their person, there's another one. Oh, flippin' heck. You want to try and stealth kill them, because if you get into a fight with them, you can often damage the stuff that they got. Right, well, we've got a shotgun. It's got one in it, which is fine. And that's in my hands, and we'll put that where the orienteering compass is, but we're not going to use it probably anytime soon. Yeah, so what you want to do is you want to make sure you try and isolate the one you want. It's that one, wandering off. So we're going to try and catch up to the one wandering off, and we want to try and stealth kill her from behind so that we do not wreck the bag. Now, it doesn't matter if we get seen after we've killed her. Well, I say it doesn't matter. We don't want to die in this process. Right? And there's so many Zeds out here. Oh! I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. Why did it do that? Is it ruined? Ah! Oh. Oh man, that was a real bummer. A real bummer. That was an opportunity to grab a bag, and I sometimes don't know what it is with this stealth thing. Sometimes it just craps out on you. Sometimes it works perfectly fine. It's a major nuisance sometimes. Anyway. Where we are now heading is Balota Air Base. So we've come around from Balota, and you've obviously seen there's military stuff here. So we're heading into Balota Air Base. Now, I'm going to just say a couple of things about Balota Air Base on my server. Combat pants. Combat pants are 30. My cargo pants are 34. They're not in great condition, but we can repair those. So we'll put that in our hands, and we'll repair those. So this is an easy route. I'm calling this an easy route because the intention is that it's slightly easier, right? So that's kind of the plan, and for that to be true, I don't want you to feel like you're being put in a situation which is going to be too difficult. That's not bad, eh? I mean, the blue jacket doesn't really help, but there you go. Now, on a regular server, Balota Airbase isn't that difficult. To be fair, it's not really that difficult. There's some things that you need to be aware of, and you know, military infected are still pretty tough, but you just need to be aware of it and take your time and just be cautious. I have somewhat loaded this airbase up with slightly more Z than normal. So let's say that on my server it's moderately difficult. um, Within the limits of various other things that I've talked about in relation to my server. So it's moderate, it's not easy. Although this is an easy route. He has nothing that I want. So if you are on my server, just be aware that he's looking at me, and I hate it when they do that. While this is easy, it's not as easy as maybe official. So you just need to be aware that there could be more Zs here than you would normally find, and consequently you need to take it a bit easy. Oh, Bruni hat would be good. Yeah, that'll help our head. Check upstairs on these. There's sometimes things upstairs on these. You got a Colt mag. We might run across a Colt. We've got another hat. We've got an SG5 mag. So we've got a few mags. Let's scope out. These guys can see you, so just be cautious. Right, see what I mean? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, plus that guy, 8. So there's 8 of them out there, and not a single one with a bag, which is kind of annoying. I mean, not one of you spawned in with a satchel or anything. I don't see anybody with a satchel. So I've got to try and there's at least one guy out there plus one other guy that we know of. So gotta figure out how to get past these dudes. You can't really spawn down here and turn down coming to see this place, because it will have some pretty good gear. Now, once again, I must note that there will be quite a few Zs down here. I can already see 2 heads wandering around. That's 1, 2. I'm expecting about 5 down here. I think I saw a 3rd. That's a 4th. So we do need to be careful. Oh, and there's one right there. hard to see in this fog, but we want to head down this way and across this way. That's where we want to head to. Shouldn't be so many Zeds down here. One or two maybe. I can already see something interesting. BDU pants. BDU pants have got 30. That is medium insulation. BDU pants are medium insulation. So it's still the same. Yeah. About 3 kg. What do these weigh? About 1 kg, but mine are full of gear, so that's probably why they weigh more. This is a CU jacket, which I've had before. It's in better condition. Okay, we'll take it. We'll take it. I used to do this quickly, and something has gone on with my fingers. Ugh. All my inventory's goosed. Right, so there you go. That's that. There's a little there's people over there. There's a little oh, more people. I said I didn't think there was going to be so many down here. It turns out there's quite a few. What's the word? Same thing. Lookout, emplacement, whatever you want to call it. So, yeah, there's things, which is fine. And there's also, this is also the road. The main road that runs down. Cherno is just up that way. And there's a little house down here. We're going to stop in the house. We're going to do a little stock take. We're going to sort ourselves out before we go on to the next bit, because we've just gone around in a bit of a loop, to be honest, and that's all fine. That's not a problem whatsoever, because we're going to head on back down the road, sort of more or less the way we came, and we can definitely stop and get a little bit more water at Balota before we carry on. This Zed, man. And there's another one. Oh, and there's now an infected runner over there. Get into a bush, because like I said, they don't see very well in bushes. She is out there. Right, she's headed that way. I want to try and sneakily head up here between these Zeds. Look at how many of them. Oh my word. Another tactical belt, another tactical belt, another UN helmet. Another boonie. What looks to be another Colt mag. And some guys out there. Now he heard me. How did he hear me? If I can make it into the house. And close the door. Hello. Well, that's the end of him. Right, so I'm going to stop in here. Going to do a little stock take because we've got quite a few bits and pieces, and I've got to order some stuff up and inventory some stuff. And come back, we'll have a look at what we've got so far and talk about the next stages. I'll see you in a sec. Right, welcome back. This is not Balota. This is Kamorovo. So I finished up at Balota Air Base, and I went into that house like you saw, and I checked my inventory and I sorted out a few things of keeping the Glock and the ammo for the Glock, and I sorted out the ammo. I'm keeping the Mark II just in case I need a silent weapon. I don't run across a suppressor. If I find a suppressor for this Glock, for this Colt, sorry, then which I'm hopeful, then we'll keep an eye out for Mark II. If we get a Glock or a suppressor for this, in comes the rain, then I'll hang on to it. I'm just going in here so I don't get soaked really, which is fine. And I picked up a chicken on the way down here, and I picked up this tin can from a Zed, and I picked up a couple of bits of food. I picked up this Oriental machete, and I picked up a hatchet, and I picked up a new bag from this, which is a train spawn. So I'm not going down to the industrial area because it's a bit of a walk and I don't see the point. Yeah, and I came down past Balota and I got some more water. So if you leave that house that I was in and you head down the railroad tracks and just keep following the railroad tracks, you can jump into Balota and grab yourself some more water, which is exactly what I did. Rotten pear? Dried pear? Rotten pear? And then just follow the train tracks on down and you get to Kamorovo, which is perfectly fine. And you can see the reason I'm down here is this thing. There's a police building down here, and this is what I'm down here to get a look at before we head inland. So when you're down Balota, you're down this far, it really is probably worth your time coming down here to Kamorovo for this police. And they've got a few of these elevated buildings, raised buildings. They've got some fruit trees if you wander around and have a look. And they've got some Zeds. Ooh, that pear's in good condition though. Which is fine. Oh. Oh, this guy won't stay still. This is like the Benny Hill show. Hi! Hello! You're there, are you? Right, so I got this monumental machete, which is vicious. Anyway, that's why we're here, Kamorovo. We're looking for stuff. What are we looking for exactly? Well, a set of gloves would be nice. A frying pan, a cooking pot. Not sure about jackets. Does that need repaired? That's a leather satchel, so it needs a leather kit. A leather kit, duct tape. Wait, what was that? Where are you? What is that? Is that 9mm? It sure is. We'll take some 9mm in case we get a pistol at police. Not a barrel sitting outside because someone put it there. Sharpening stone? Rubber slugs. I thought I'd gotten rid of all the rubber slugs on the server. Right, well, here we are. We're done with Kamorovo. And we're going to have a quick look. I probably should just explain this leather bag. So this leather bag, I'm pretty sure it only appears on my server because I've set it to be activated. You're probably not going to find that on an official server, but you might find like a hunter's bag. It's very similar to a hunter's backpack or something like that. So so there you go. So if you're wondering what the heck is that, I've never seen that kind of thing before. I don't think I think you used to be able to craft them, but I don't think you can anymore. Pardon me. So anyway, that's Kamorovo. What have we got? Oh, we didn't get a Glock. We didn't get a Glock, and we didn't get a suppressor. So I've still got this Colt, which is, you know, it's fine. It's fine. I've got stuff for it. I've got an SSG, which is marvelous. I've got no rounds for it, and it's just taking up space. I've got my shotgun, which is great. I've got a BK-133 pumpy, which I do like. It's very definitely the kind of thing that I do like. But again, very few rounds for it. I've got a lot of 9mm rounds, but that's it. That's all I have. I've picked up the 15 round mag for a Glock, and I've picked up some ammo, so I have it. Should I run across it, which is a bit of a nuisance. I found out to cook my chicken yet, and I haven't found a need to. Once again, look at all this food that I have acquired. So I've just acquired this food in here. I didn't have. You would start, wouldn't you? I didn't have any of it when I was coming into the town. I think I had one Zagorki, which is fine. I've got this universal flashlight, which I think. I have no idea what it goes on. That's not going to go on you. And it isn't going to go on you because I think you need a pistol flashlight. Let's try. Let's try. Yeah, it isn't going to go on you. So this universal flashlight confuses me because I've tried it with a few weapons now. And I don't know what the story is. We've got duct tape, which we can use to repair our jacket with. So we'll repair our jacket. Out in the rain. It's fine, it's fine. We can't repair that. We don't need to repair that. We don't repair that. So anyway, we've got duct tape, which is fine. Picked up, what is this? Sardines, canned tuna. We've got the Zagorki, like I said. We picked up a fresh pear. We picked up some crackers. We've picked up some plums, which are dried plums. We picked up some dried pears. We picked up some more chips. So we got food, and we got a sharpening stone, and we've got our machete, and we got all the stuff that we need to be dealing with. Now we're going to head out of Kamorovo, and we're going to head a little bit north, and we're going to head a little bit north to a little place called Bor, as a little stopping off point. Now there's a couple of ways to get to Bor, depending on how savvy you are. Over that side, as you come into town, there's a little creek bed. And if you follow that creek bed up the gully, it will take you all the way up straight into Bor. Actually, right up by the water. However, there is a chance, and it's probably the fastest route. However, there is a chance, I'm not saying you will, I'm not saying you won't, but there is a chance that you might run across some wolves. Being as this is an easy route, and we're not really kitted, if this shotgun was fully loaded and we had spare ammo, yeah, okay, we might be in a condition to tackle wolves. But as it is right now, I'm not super confident we'd at all do very well tackling wolves, and I think they would make mincemeat of us. So, given that I have a compass, I could obviously from here look to strike out. It's pretty much directly north, actually. So it's pretty much directly that way. Which is fine, if you have a compass. And if you're happy, it's pretty much directly north of the outskirts of Kamorovo. So if you just head north and head north and head north, you'll eventually hit Bor, or see Bor. And that is also fine. Or you can follow the road. and the road will take you up and around, and it takes you past a couple more buildings and everything else. So I think, seeing as we have a compass, we're going to strike out straight north. If you get to this stage in your journey and you don't have a compass of any shape or description, don't risk it, just follow the road. The road takes you there, it goes around in a bit of a loop and it comes back in again. But that's fine, it's a bit more of a journey, it takes a little bit longer, don't get me wrong, but it's not the end of the world. So yeah, so there you go. So that's it, that's up to you. These things are up to you. So we're going to follow our compass directly north, and we're just going to go that way. And it's hosing with rain. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to carry on up north until I get to the outskirts of Bor, and then I will bring you back in when I get there, and we can have a little look at Bor before we move on. Okay? So that's the coast. So we're leaving the coast. Leaving the coast. We spawned just outside Balota, went around Balota, went out to the airbase, came back round again, sort of a loop, which is fine. Sort of a loop is fine, and then we came back down to Kamorovo and checked out what we needed to check out in Kamorovo, and now we're going to head inland. We're ready to go. We're looking a bit alright. We don't have nearly enough weaponry, but that's fine. We're going to carry on heading north as it is, and we'll start stacking things as we get there. What we are doing is we're fantastic for food, and we're fantastic for water, and we don't need to worry about any of that. So that means we can move on and strike on without too much fear of the unknown, but we do need to be careful that we're still not, by any long stretch of the imagination, ready for prolonged gunfire. Alright, so I'll just check out this little building. Hello, little building. Hello, little building. Anything in here? What's this? A kitchen knife. Alright, don't need it. Okay, I'll see you soon.